Hello there, YouTube. This is a follow-up video to an earlier one I did on tutorial on how to use Descript for podcast or audio transcription, auto-magically transcribing audio. And I noticed they had a new feature. They had a couple new versions since that video, and I noticed they had a new feature called multitrack transcription, where you can take multiple tracks of audio from different speakers and throw it into Descript, and it'll automatically take those audio tracks and make it into a transcription. What I've got here in Logic Pro is a podcast that I edit called Shop Talk Show. This one, I'm just going to throw a fairly easy one at it at Descript just to try it out. But I've got two speakers here, Chris and Dave. There's a sponsor read, a couple of sponsor reads, the music for the sponsor read. What else have we got? There's the intro music. Naturally, there's a jazz flute moment. And other than that, I think that's it for audio. What else have we got? Oh, and then a cow moo. Because, well, sometimes to cover up a swear. It's you can use the standard beep, but I kind of prefer something with a little more color. Okay, so we've got two people talking, and then I export their audio into individual tracks for the podcast, which I mix down and all that kind of stuff. But before I make the final MP3 file, I want to use those individual audio files and throw them into Descript. Okay, so I'm going to fire up in Descript. I'm going to go New Project, and then New Composition. Call it Shop Talk 308. And then over here I've got the audio files. So I've got the intro music. I need to rename these files. Intro music, the ad music, Chris's description, his talk, and Dave's, and then the sponsors. I'm just going to grab those because those are the ones that I actually want to transcribe. I don't want to try and transcribe the music or the cow sound effect or there's a Doppler wave bass effect in there as well, naturally, as you do on a web design podcast. So I'm going to drag those into Descript all at once. And now it's going to ask me, are these files multiple audio sources from a single recording session? And I'm going to say yes, add a combined transcript. Okay, so the first time I try this, it's just stuck spinning, and I don't really know if it's working. The macOS says it's not responding, so I could force quit. But it also might be taking a while just because it's a big file. Let's try force quitting and starting over. Force quit. Okay, so here we try this again. I'm going to try saving this document first. 308 attempt 2. So I've got the document where you can have multiple compositions. So I guess I could call this like Shop Talk if the podcast name was Shop Talk, and then each composition could be each episode maybe. I think that's sort of what they're getting at. Okay, let's try dragging these in again. It might be because they're really big, but they shouldn't be. That's an hour long. They're AFF files, which I believe it supports. I might have to re-export it from Logic. So I'm going to say yes. See what happens this time. Okay, so it's spinning again. I'm going to try it again. I'm going to kill it. I hate doing this, but let's kill it. So let's just try this time importing just Chris and Dave for an attempt number 3. Now, because it's spinning again, maybe I'm just being pessimistic, not overly hopeful that this is going to work. I might try exporting from Logic in another format here while I'm waiting. Okay, I'm going to export them again in WAV file format and see if that helps. All right, that took a while. Now under here, I've got just Chris and Dave's WAV file. Let's try this again. Boom, boom. Bob's your uncle. Yes. Maybe I'm just not being patient enough. Okay, I'm going to leave this for 10 minutes and see if it works. Oh, 4 minutes later, we have something changed. It's now got a transcribing status bar. So maybe it's working. I'll update you again when I have more progress. Okay, I noticed that you can click over on the names over here of the files to see how it's doing. Transcribing, about 35 seconds remaining, 33 seconds remaining, and then the combined is going to prepare and start uploading soon. So I'm not sure what's going to happen here. These are almost done, looks like, there, but then it says 56 minutes remaining. Or maybe it's taken 56 minutes? No, 56 minutes is how long the audio file is. That's what it is, because it takes off of... the way Descript works is you have an allotment of time and you pay per minute for, I think you get a free hour or something like that. Don't quote me on that. But thanks to the previous video and a lot of you folks checking it out and using my affiliate link, I got a bunch of free time on there. All right, it's finished, I think. And so I've got the Chris's transcription if I wanted, Dave's just that, and then the combined, which I could go through.
Heck yeah, you better learn that dang old semantic CSS and semantic HTML and raw JavaScript before you move.
See, that's pretty good for an affected accent, not his actual accent. So it shows me in here, I've got voiceover and then Chris, Dave. I could edit these so that they are just Chris and just Dave. You can change their speaking voice if you're wanting to use a synthesized voice to read them. Okay, so anyways, I could go through and if I wanted to edit and correct the transcription here.
I think very highly of my skill set. I think I'm good at websites, but I'm good at communication and I'm good at communicating ideas.
There he's reading someone's question. That's not how he talks. Let's see.
No, I think that's that's the thing. I think there's I met a guy 40s-ish.
So I could change that to I met a guy 40s.
I was working at a company and he is up for like.
So it gives us a pretty good, like really good starting point for transcription, I think. And having it broken out by speaker automatically, that's huge. So I don't know what this is.
Next question. Anderson Dougals writes in.
Oops. Writes in.
When and why are you to use Yarn over NPM? Is it okay to use both? Oof. I don't know that I'd use both.
See, it's pretty good for getting like technical terms. Yarn, NPM, those are like webbed terms. React 15.
I got some breaking news. Beep, 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 beep. Progressive web apps now in Windows 10. If you rolled out a progressive web app and you have a manifest file, Bing bot is crawling the web.
All right, so I'm going to send this off. We'll see. Maybe the guys want to use it on the show or not, but it's a pretty good test. Because I get I have some time to use up because of thanks to folks like you who have clicked on the transcription or the affiliate link to Descript, which you can do as well in the description below this video. If you want to check out Descript, you can use my affiliate code. I don't get money, I get time on Descript. So I guess it allows me to do a bit more testing and stuff with Descript. But that's a pretty good, I think, transcription of the episode. We could throw this up somewhere if we wanted on the web and get maybe some listeners to check in and see how it did and do some correcting for us. We can also use Descript's white glove service where you can actually upload if you had a credit card and they'll do it actually for you, listen and that kind of thing. You could also throw it into the cloud and then have other folks listen to it and give you comments. So that would be one way of doing it. Let's just publish it and get the link, just see how that looks. Okay, that took a little longer than I anticipated. Probably about 20 minutes or so at least to publish it. But let's check it out. So I got a nice little web player for it.
Heck yeah, you better learn that dang old some.
And I think if we signed in, I think we could, let's see what happens here. So if I sign in, I can share or comment. I guess you could comment and say like this section isn't really right, and let the author know on Descript. Anyway, the other thing you can do is from Descript, I can export that text file as an RTF style text file, and I can include a time code every 6 minutes, 60 seconds, or whatever time frame, or a Word doc, whichever you prefer. And so if I want to, I've already got this actually. So what I've got here, I'll just make it a little bigger, is that same transcription, just in RTF format. So now I could copy that into a HTML file or publish it on the web as a transcription or email it to somebody for them to correct it or anything like that. So pretty cool. I think Descript is a really neat tool to use if you've got the either time, money, bandwidth, etc. for your podcast. For a video, you can export just the audio file from your video, let's say, for YouTube. I could do that for this episode and run it through Descript, get back a transcription of it, and include that as part of my YouTube video, which would help with SEO and stuff like that. YouTube does a bit of that on their own, but this would allow you to actually specify what the actual words are so that it picks it all up correctly in case there's any sort of mumbled, jumbled kind of weird stuff like sausages when it shouldn't be sausages. All right, hope you like that look at Descript version, where are we? Descript version 1.33. And like I said, please click the link in the description below to check it out if you want to. You'll give me some time. I think you get some time on Descript, and I'll keep updating you on new stuff that's happening with Descript as well as other Mac software, iOS software. And I think that's it. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.
Heck yeah, you better learn that dang old semantic CSS and semantic HTML and raw JavaScript before you move on to anything at all more complicated than that.